Hey, all you recovering emo kids, Amanda and Robb here at the Emo Kids Anonymous podcast. And on
Hi.
today's episode, we are joined by a musician out of Savannah, Georgia, Chris Casey. Chris Casey is probably, I think Rob said, our youngest guest that we've had on the
Youngest
show.
guess, yeah.
Youngest guest, ages both of us real fast. With his music knowledge, and he is doing this amazing thing where he's blending different types of genres from country to alt rock to rap and hip hop, and doing it so effortlessly, especially for like his age. And it is just a
So
really,
good.
a sight to behold. So we are really excited to just bring this conversation to you guys today. We talked about Tyler the Creator, I think, for the first time. A lot of
Yeah.
firsts on this episode that we
No,
normally don't talk about on Emo Kids Anonymous.
I was surprised. No, Chris Casey, like we talk about here, West Coast Funeral blows up on my TikTok feed. It's like, all right, we got to get this guy. There's some clear Weezer influence, this or that. Is there some Kid
Oh,
Cudi? Is there
lots
a
of
Tyler
Weezer
the
influence.
Creator? And then we bring him on here, and I didn't really know what to expect. Seemed like a really cool guy before our conversation. Really, like just back and forth was awesome. Really on top of things, but then about 15 minutes into this, I'm like, yo, this dude knows ball. And not only does he
He
know
does.
ball, I'm realizing, I'm thinking, I'm thinking he's around our age. This is a 20-year-old kid on here that just, I'm talking Blue Album with a guy that was like, not even a thought when the Blue Album
He
came out.
wasn't even a thought.
Insane, insane. The first Dominic Fike, the first Rex Orange County, the first Tyler.
Mac
We're
Miller, I
talking
think it might be the
Mac
first Mac
Miller.
Miller
Yeah,
reference. Yeah.
we're talking YouTubing J. Cole type beats. Like this is the most mid 2010s
Yes,
conversation you're gonna get on this pod, and it is fascinating as hell. And like I already like Chris Casey, but I'm a Chris Casey fan for life on
for
this. You guys are
sure.
gonna love this. But before we give you the juice and let you hear this conversation, do us a favor. Toss us a follow, like, subscribe, prescribe, engage, do all the things you need to do with this video on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Without you, there'd just be us. You guys keep this
Hmm.
podcast alive. So just keep supporting in any way you can, and we appreciate that. Now, without further
Yeah.
ado, let's get to this because Amanda's tired. She wants to go to bed, okay? So let me give you this here. This is our conversation, the Emo Kids Anonymous interview with Chris Casey.
Oh,
Well, thanks for joining
yeah,
us today, Chris. I really appreciate it.
of
Amanda,
course.
Rob, it's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for asking me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. We love your stuff, and I just love the blend of all the different genres that you bring to the table.
Mm.
And it's just, yeah, it's incredible. So West Coast Funeral is like my jam right now. So
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
I was, yeah, before it came out, I'd already had it sent to me and stuff like that. And it was like, okay, okay. And it was like, it came out, and I was like, I checked, I think was it right when I hit you up when it came out? I think maybe I might have hit you up the day it came out. I think I was flying to Philly. That might have been the night I was flying, and I was just getting on the airplane. And I'm like, okay, like this is good. And then I just want to come right back to the West Coast. I'm like, yeah, this is my song. Okay, okay, this is for me.
Yeah, that's
so
incredible.
so he's the one who made you homesick, not the fact that
Yeah,
you disliked Philly.
I know. I'm still blaming Philly. I'll give Chris like 30% credit, but like sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So Chris, for our listeners and viewers who aren't familiar with you, we always love to give them a quick rundown of who you are, your backstory. I mean, obviously, just your inspiration for music, why you started doing the music in the first place, and then how you just got into recording. Because I think, I'm really interested to see what your journey looks like.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I started making music when I was 14, and literally I like tell this story all the time now, but like I kind of just fell into it, like one of my friends who is like my best friend, we still like we live together and like all that. Um One day he hit me up randomly and he was just like, "Hey, I want you to help me write this song real quick." And like I've never before then like done anything musical or like written any
Mhm.
lyrics or anything like that. So I thought it was like kind of weird, but like, he's my friend, so I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Yeah.
And
I'll
we were
try.
both just like really bored that day as well. So yeah, we wrote this rap over like this just really basic like J. Cole type beat off of like YouTube. And I don't have the lyrics anymore to what we wrote, but I remember I found them a while ago because we were talking about it. And like I read it back, I was like, yeah, this is like not good, just like at all. It was just
Well, everyone
like,
has to start somewhere.
I was
yeah,
gonna
true.
say, yeah, going to YouTube, typing in J. Cole type beat and just write. I was like, this is the
Is
most
that
like
what you typed in?
2015,
Yeah,
2016
yeah.
origin story I've ever heard in my
It
life.
was
Like,
like some boom bap, like,
yeah,
just really basic rap beat. And
Yeah,
it was just like the worst. But
yeah,
from that, I guess something about that made me want to like write something else. So what I did, and like at that time, and even still today, but like I love Tyler the Creator. He's like my favorite artist, just like ever.
oh
And
yeah, very clear when I listen. I'm like,
yeah,
I think I told you in the comments one time. I was kind of like, I almost didn't even want to say it's Tyler the Creator because I'm like, it's rock, so like I don't want to be automatically
yeah.
throwing hip
No,
hop. But
I mean
I'm like,
like,
no, I'm like this dude's doing some rock
yeah.
yeah,
and Tyler. Like, it
yeah.
clearly I got that on Future influence.
Not only do I get that a lot, but like it's so like very like I probably
Is it?
wouldn't be making music the way that I do if it weren't for being so into Tyler. So yeah, I wrote a song over a Tyler the Creator type beat actually,
Yeah,
and wrote it real quick. The next day, I like did it over the phone, like I rapped the lyrics, I did everything for my friend, and he was like, "Oh, this is like really good actually. You should like do more of
yeah,
this." And literally from there, I like wrote more songs, learned how to produce, and then the rock stuff came into play when I was like 15. I don't know if y'all are familiar with like Gene Dawson or like Dominic Fike,
Yeah,
Paris, Texas, Kenny Mason. Those guys were like doing a lot of cool, like it was very like alt rock, like indie,
yep,
but in the case of Paris, Texas and Kenny Mason, they were like rapping over it. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And that was the moment where I was like, this is like the type of music that I want to make. But
yeah.
I literally like when I was listening to that, I was like still learning how to make beats and like learning how to put songs together. So it felt like foreign to me, like, oh, there's no way I'll be able to make this. But
Yeah.
slowly I just started listening to more rock, more rap, just like making more music, and eventually everything just kind of came together with like these most recent songs. So yeah.
so when you're growing up, before being like, before diving into music, pre 14, like what is your main? Because I mean, you said getting into rock. Like, what are your main, not even influences at this time, but what were you listening to?
Yeah.
Honestly, so like okay, so I'd say the first time I really like found my own music, cuz like my mom listens to like only gospel, and then
Okay.
my dad doesn't really listen to music like
I've never been to
around us.
Savannah, Georgia, but that's what I imagine in
It's
Savannah,
he's like,
like
I'm not
that's the
I'm
Yeah.
not
stereotype in
saying
my head is
stereotype.
like the mom only listens to gospel. Like,
Yep,
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's funny. But like it was that, and then it was just like whatever was on the radio when I was a kid. I remember
Mm.
Safe and Sound was like my favorite song when I was like 8.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
like it was
remember
just
that song?
popular. I can't remember
Safe
who it's
and
by.
sound.
Steel, capital
Yeah,
cities.
Capital
I
Cities.
think
It's
so. Yeah,
Capital
yeah, yeah,
Cities,
yeah.
Safe and Sound. That's who it is. Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
like my favorite
Yes.
song
Capital
when I was
Cities.
a kid.
I
But it was just
love
like
that.
on the radio.
Safe and sound. Do, do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
But
Oh my
like
gosh.
when I was like 10 is when I got into music, I guess you could say. But it was just I had just a huge like 21 Pilots phase. And I feel like
Oh, that
everyone
makes
my
sense.
age had like a
Yeah,
21 Pilots phase at
of
like
course.
10, 11, because that's just when they were
Yes.
popular.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I got into them, and funny enough, they did a cover of Cancer by MCR,
They
and
did.
I didn't know that it was a cover for like a long time, and that's actually how I got into MCR when I was like literally 11 years old.
Wow.
So, but I wasn't like heavy into them. Like I
You weren't
literally
wearing eyeliner or like
no.
all of a sudden changing your whole look.
This is so like I'm so bad at years because I'm imagining this and like in my head you're talking about being like I remember listening to this song like at my when I'm like 24, 25. So I'm like I'm trying to like
Cancer?
you're like or no the Safe and Sound song.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah,
So
we were in
I'm
our
like we're
20s,
like
like our
21, 22,
I was in my
22.
late
How old are
20s.
you?
I was like 8.
You're like yeah you're like early
Yeah,
20s now.
so now you're early 20s, right?
Oh yeah, I'm 20. I just turned 20 in June actually.
Cool.
Damn!
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Sick. It's wild to me though, because I've noticed you mentioned MCR, like, MCR is on tour right now. And it's this
Yeah.
thing where it's like MCR was really big like when I was in high school
Yeah.
15 years ago, kind of like
Yeah.
almost 20 years ago.
20,
Like that's
20
and
years
it's weird
ago.
to me that like online the MCR fans seem to be like 22 and younger.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
You know what's
crazy to
funny?
me.
I was like reading something. I can't remember where. I'm uh I'm into like Turnstile right now. Like that's like my most
Oh,
Yeah.
recent.
heck yeah.
Their last album
Mhm.
Yeah.
was like crazy.
Oh,
Anyway,
awesome. Yeah.
um I think I was on the Turnstile subreddit, and so I can't remember what it was, but they were talking about MCR, and because like they're on tour, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
like it was a post and someone was like, I don't know how MCR is still popular. Like it just baffles me. And I was like, I don't keep up with them anymore, so I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're still kicking it.
No.
They've just
Yeah, they
become
do. Yeah.
a mythological figure in the emo scene. I think that's why they're
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
popular. Yeah,
But
100%.
So, so 10, 11, you're kind of already into you're already into rock
yeah, a
stuff like
little
that.
bit.
It's eclectic too. Yeah.
It's like I'm dabbling because like I also didn't have Spotify or anything. I was listening to music off of like iHeartRadio app, and it's
I
like
love it.
no, like literally shuffling like the radio
Yep,
play, and so it's like
yep.
21 Pilots songs, a couple MCR
Another
songs, a
Tyler, by
couple,
the way.
yeah, yeah, a couple
Yeah,
Green Day songs was in there. And that was like really just small rotation when I was like 10,
yeah,
11. But then it took like a huge shift because I started getting into rap because like who was pop like Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, 21 Savage, anyone you
Like
can
2016,
imagine.
2017.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally
yep.
between the years of 2016 and like 2018, anyone who was like popular, I was like listening to them. And me and my
Yeah.
friends were talking about it. Like Double XL, like we were looking at the freestyles and stuff. And that was like my intro to rap, I guess you could say, around that time. I was in middle school. And I didn't get into like Tyler specifically until like 2019. And it was the summer before I was going to go to high school. And he had dropped Igor in May. And literally remember, like, I think back on it. I listened to it when it first came out a couple times. I was like, I don't know, I don't really like it that much. But then by August, it was like my favorite thing. Like, I thought it was like the best album. That I still think
Yeah.
it's a great album.
Yeah.
And like that was the first thing to really form my taste to be more like alternative, I guess you could say, like getting into
Yes.
more like alternative rap. Um, and at the same time, I was also getting into like a lot of like soft rock and like indie rock because that was kind of the last year I feel like where like bedroom pop was like really starting to be
True.
a
Yeah.
thing.
The low. Yeah. Yeah. It was popping
Yeah,
off.
right. So I was getting into like a lot of that stuff. Claro was like really popping off around that time. A lot of random like Mild High Club songs, Wallows,
Wallows.
a bunch of random stuff, just like anything like indie pop I was like kind of getting
Yes.
into. And it was that with like the alt rap, and like that's what I was really listening to when I was starting high school. Yeah.
Wait, so you were in school when the pandemic happens?
Yeah, I was a freshman in high
Wow.
school, and like at the
What was
very
that like?
end,
Yeah. What
it
the fuck?
me and my friends
Because
talk
we
about it
did not
still.
experience that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, it's so crazy. With me and my friends specifically, like, I remember at the end of 8th grade, we were like, dude, this is like so just lame. I cannot wait to go to high school. Like, because we were just around the same
Yeah.
people and like the same teachers. We were like,
Yeah.
the shakeup. So, freshman year of high school was like so much fun just because like everything was new and like it was
You're
exactly what we
vibing. You're
wanted.
vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
And like I
March
started making
happens.
music that year. Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, spring break hits and they're already telling us like, hey, we might be out for like an extra week because of this COVID thing. But like no one, it's like just a whatever thing. And
Yeah.
then just all the rest of 2020 we're out. Um 2021 we do go back, but like everyone's masked up and stuff. So it's just like a complete shakeup. Uh that was crazy. Yeah, no, that was like a really weird time
Yeah.
to be starting high school.
Can't even imagine. I mean, for me, it was like work and and I decided that I didn't want to go back to an office, so I just switched jobs and found a fully remote job. I was like, I'm never going back
Yeah.
to an office.
Right? Yeah.
It's
My
a whole
God.
different experience from what you had to go through. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
It's
No.
it's interesting you bring up Tyler and not getting into him until like 2019 because I was wondering when you first mentioned being a fan, like
Yeah. I
I
like
yeah, he's got to be. I was gonna say I think he's maybe one of the last like rock stars or something like that in a way
mm.
where it's
Yeah.
It's
just
dude.
controversy, but then like the artistry kind of backs it up as well. Like he kind of starts out and
Yeah.
people are giving them shit. The collective is going, but then like some kind of switch happens a few records in where it's like, oh no, this guy's an artist.
No,
Yeah.
dude, we like me and my friends, because like all my friends are like Tyler, just like geeks. Like we know too much. And
Yeah.
like, and he just did an album a couple weeks ago. He did like
Yep,
the surprise
yeah,
drop. And
out of
then
nowhere, yeah.
a couple months, like not even a year, like back in October, he did Chromacopia. And like his career trajectory is just like actually insane. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
feel like everything before, because I mean I love like all of his albums, like I feel like there's something to love about all of them, but like the switch up with Flower Boy onward
Yeah.
is just like like he was not
Yeah.
on that level before that,
No,
and like he
Yeah.
not
totally
at
Not
just
at
all.
all.
broke
Not
the
at all.
Starts
ceiling,
hanging
and
out
now
with
he's
Rex
like
Orange
massive.
County and
Exactly.
shit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so like he, like in all senses, I feel like he's just like the biggest inspiration. Like he went off and just not only made great music but also like throughout every phase, like even when he wasn't like popping, he was just
Yeah.
preaching the same thing of like, you can literally just do anything you want if you want to do it by yourself. Like it's not that hard. And I think that was just like the biggest thing for me.
I first moved to LA in 2012, and it's like my first month here, and me and my buddies are in town, and we're going to the Echo to watch a show over in Echo Park. And I don't know, some bullshit, some bedlam's happened, madness going on here. And we walk around the corner, and we're gonna go smoke a blunt. We're degenerates, and we just see like my buddy like and we look up and it's like all of odd people. Like you see like Tyler's
No
there,
way.
like Frank's Earl's there, and Earl's walking by, and like we're like
This is what it gets for living in
my
LA.
buddy,
Dude,
my buddy Tyler, I wanted to hit him with a Mr. Sweatshirt, but my buddy Earl, he's like, yo, like, you got a lighter? And he's like, yeah, and he lights the blunt for us, and we're like, you want to hit it? He's like, no, I'm good, I'm good. And we just like walk around the block, and like as we're walking, they're kind of just doing the same thing, but every time you kind of walk by them, and at this point, this is 2012, so like they're already a big deal. What's the music video with the fucking spider?
uh the spider, are you thinking of Yonkers, the Yonkers
Yeah,
video with the
Yonkers. Yeah,
roach?
like
Yeah,
Yon yeah,
yeah,
or there. Yeah, it's like Yonkers was that like he was still a big deal, but it's just wild seeing him like in their own like neighborhood almost, just like
yeah,
kind of just being little pricks. But like even then, there was like an aura to it where it was like even if you did like I barely knew who he was, kind of, but it's like you could tell like that dude's a big deal. Like that felt like a star.
dude,
And
that's
it's
insane.
wild that yeah, like kind of time goes on. It's like they didn't fade away. They weren't. He evolved, and to
Yeah,
this point, like we're talking 15 years deep. Like yeah, I mean that might be one of the biggest names in not even hip hop, but just music in that time frame, which is fucking
yeah,
hilarious to me.
ridiculous. Like that's like genuinely insane.
Yeah.
What are your
It
thoughts
really
on the recent breakup between the unfollowing on Instagram and Twitter and the like of
Dude, I don't know. That's like,
Frank and Tyler?
there's like, I remember I saw like this long post, like someone on Reddit was like, oh, that it's over. And like, it was like massive thing. And I'm like, man, I don't know, dude. It's not that like, I feel like we, or it isn't just like people in general, like it's hard to like pinpoint it. It's just kind of out of nowhere. I don't, who knows what happened, man,
Right?
but
Yeah.
could
that's
have
just
just been a
weird.
slip of the finger. Who knows? No,
Right? Yeah.
you don't
Yeah,
unfollow people without being, extremely pointed about it, I feel.
right. So yeah, I
But
don't
like I
know. I
said,
mean, and Frank is such a, me and my friends talk about this too. It's like
yeah.
it's such a weird level of celebrity. Like he's still huge. Like I feel like he's still like so culturally relevant. And
He
Blonde
is.
came
It's
out
so
like almost
weird.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh. It's so
Yeah.
long, even little things like when I have a buddy that works in, like the touring industry and like every, Coachella stuff, like and when he did his performance at Coachella and then dropped off. Like it was this whole thing, and we're
Yeah.
just kind of like, I'm like, I don't know why you would book him and why you would deal with this, but it's like he is just so he's an enigma who's at this
Yeah.
level where it's like you'll
Yeah.
take that risk because no matter what he does, are just going to kind of flock to it.
They wanna
For
know,
sure.
yeah. Gotta
Yeah.
get a chance to see
And
him.
it's like I feel like me and my friends have a conversation every now and then, like, oh, will there ever be another like Michael Jackson or like Kurt Cobain or something like that just
Yeah.
high level? And I've always said probably not, just because like the level or like the way that we engage with celebrities is like so different now. Like
Yeah.
there's
It is,
that
yeah.
mystery level is kind of gone now. But
Right.
like
Yeah.
Frank in a way kind of has a little bit of that. Like
Yeah.
he's barely done anything musically in
Right.
years, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
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 he's still super relevant, and like if he does something tomorrow, it'll be like the biggest thing.
It'd
You
be
know what I
massive.
mean?
It
It'll
would,
be
yeah.
all over
Right.
the news, yeah.
Yeah. So he's
It,
just like that's a weird dude.
it's weird you say that because, yeah, like Taylor Swift, Drake, like these people do like better numbers technically than like in ways than Michael Jackson
And
did or
Michael
something like
Jackson
that. But
did, yeah.
they don't feel in any way nearly as relevant. And then on the other side, there's like a Frank where it's like just kind of disappears. It's this weird thing. And then he kind of pops back up and it's like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
but same
He's
thing. It's
not
like,
all
yeah,
over the socials.
you need
Yeah.
to combine them both to make a Michael kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I mean, there's like so many cool people out right now, and it's just a different game, you know? Like it's just a different
Yeah.
field. So, but it's all cool still. Like the music's dope. So, yeah.
For sure.
Really is dope. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your music, Chris,
So,
because I
so
know we're definitely interested to learn more about it. So
For
you
sure.
talked a little bit about in the beginning, just the evolution of your music and who you were listening to. And so in your mind, like from the beginning, when you started writing music to where we're at now, what do you think really changed the most for you in terms of whether it be your lyrics, the sound? What's the biggest change you feel like you've gone through in this journey?
That's a really good question. And I feel like, I mean, not to like not answer it, but like I feel like on a level, not much has changed. Like even the
Yeah.
stuff I'm making now, I think the stuff I'm making now, and especially like all the guitar and the rock production, like that's
Yep.
been the biggest shift on the surface. But I think
Okay.
a lot of it is the same as far as like what I'm gravitated towards. Like when I started making music, it was really just like simple, basic, like, you know, I can only think to describe them as like cartoony sounding, like synths, and the
Okay.
chords are really simple, you know, and the drums are a certain way. Like I feel like I'm still gravitated to all those same things, but now I think I've just been doing it for so long. I'm still learning and getting better, but I feel like
Yeah.
as I got better and as I was like pulling from more things, slowly everything just started to stack up and the style got a certain way. But I do think one like big intentional change that I made was like uh I kind of play around with my lyrics a bit more. Like beforehand, I used to be really like, okay, I have to write this and it has to be like true to me and it has to be like all this and that. And I still do that. I still like pull from
Yeah.
my own experiences and stuff, like you have to. But I think after a certain point, I was like, okay, if I have like I might have this idea for a song that may or may not like fully pertain to me, but like I just want to see if I can write lyrics on
Yeah.
that topic.
Yeah.
And so I'll go and I'll write something, and like, you know, you kind of in a way detach yourself from it. And so you write things that you normally wouldn't write, but like it fits and like you have fun with it. And so I feel
Creative
like,
writing.
yeah, I think I just
Right.
got more like adventurous with writing. And that
Yeah.
coincided with the rock sound getting bigger. You know, I feel like I
I was gonna say,
had a better understanding.
when did you start playing guitar?
So I actually didn't. I started playing guitar like really recently. I started making
Fucking easy
beats
as shit if you kind of
with
get the hang of it.
guitar.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
got it, bro.
yeah,
Just some chords, bro. I've been doing it for like 15 years. I ain't any better.
right.
Like, yeah.
But I was like, because even now I mainly just produce on FL, like do
Yeah.
everything in the DAW. So for a while, I was like, or when I first started, like, okay, I'm gonna try and make a beat like this. I would just be using like the guitar plugins on FL and just
Okay.
like laying out the
Rocking through a
chords.
keyboard.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you know, some of it would sound good, some of it would not at all. But like
Yeah.
that was my first thing, and I'd just be trying to like mimic the structures of like rock songs that I liked, or just like the riffs and stuff. And then I'd probably say like 2 years ago is when I really started to
Mhm.
like actually pick up a guitar and like, okay, I'll play it and
Nice.
have it on the
Okay.
track. Yeah. So, and that's
Yeah.
still like a developing thing, but yeah, that's how that came about.
What
I was gonna
guitar are you
say,
learning
yeah,
on? What kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
guitar are you learning
What
on?
do we got? What do we got?
Yeah.
I actually just bought a guitar like a little bit, like a new one. It was
Yeah.
Ibanez, but
Okay.
before that, let's see, I borrowed my friend's guitar for a bit, and he has a, oh my god, I can't remember. I think he might have a Telecaster,
Of course.
but like I
There you go.
actually can't remember. But yeah,
Yeah.
those were like the two I was using. But I just bought a Ibanez like a couple weeks ago, actually.
Nice. Very cool.
Beautiful.
When you
I was
say
gonna,
you
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say when you were saying about the riffs that you were kind of like that you're into with rock music, were any of them like Weezer riffs or was anything like Weezer-esque at
I was
all?
gonna say you
Because
have.
Yeah,
because when I listen to this, I'm like, why does it sound like a
I
more
thought you
like
were from here,
rap
bro.
version of Weezer?
I thought you
I'm
were
getting
from
it.
here. Like it's just shit. Like
yeah.
I'm gonna send you
Yeah.
songs I've written, and you're gonna be like, bro, this just sounds like bad Chris Casey kind of thing. Where you're gonna be like, I did the same thing. I'm like those chords. I'm like, I know what you
Huh?
like. You're doing a G there. You're doing that B minor like that. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
see what you're doing, but I'm like,
Yes.
it's like yeah, there's like a natural West Coast. Like it wasn't until like I looked you up and I was like, motherfuckers from Georgia?
He's
I
all the
never
way
knew.
Yeah,
I
east,
thought
all the
dude.
way
Inglewood,
east.
maybe Orange County, maybe up to like maybe it's from the valley somewhere here. I don't know. I was
That's
I
funny.
was like, fuck. Like, what was the
No,
inspiration for West Coast Funeral? Then, like, I mean,
it
obviously
was
you came out
so
here for a
like,
bit.
no, I went into that being like, I want to make a Weezer type song because,
Oh
Love
yeah,
it. Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay,
yeah,
good. So I'm
no,
not crazy. Okay. That's
yeah, no,
great.
that is like
That might be crazy.
100%. Cause like I love Weezer, dude. And like, I got into
beautiful.
them really off of like, it was just random. Every time I'm on YouTube, I like to just watch like video essays and like,
Yep.
just like learn
Yeah,
stuff. If it's
Same.
about music,
Mhm.
especially. And randomly one
you're a
day,
weirdo like I am. You fell down like a
Yes.
Pinkerton rabbit hole or some shit.
dude,
Is it about was it
okay,
Pinkerton?
it was actually Blue Album.
Blue Album.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
a video essay
Yes.
about just like the history of like how they formed and how they made the Blue
Oh, I
Album.
love it.
And like I'm watching this video, I'm like, Rivers Cuomo is like a weird guy, especially like
Such a
Yeah.
weird
in the
dude.
early
Yes.
days. Like he was just like out of his mind, kind of, but like his
Yep.
style was really cool. And then so I just became really enamored with like Rivers and like Weezer, just like as a people, And then I got into their music, and yeah, I mean, it
Right.
was like Blue Album, Pinkerton, Green. I used to not like the Green Album too much, but like now I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Come
Um,
around on it a little. Yeah, it
A
takes
lot of
some
people
yeah,
time.
do.
the White Album is good. I
There we
like,
go. I'm a White Album. I'm a White Album truther as well. I like the
yeah,
White
White
Album.
Album is
People give it
solid.
shit.
But you know what's funny is like I love Weezer, and I'll always name them as like an influence. But I
Yeah,
feel like they have so much music, and like
they do.
genuinely some of their albums like I'll never listen to ever. But
Yeah.
they have so much music, and I kind of appreciate it because like they easily could have been a band that like they did Blue Album and then Pinkerton, and then
Yeah.
they just like stop forever, and they'd go down as like
One would think they
cult
almost did.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they could have went away.
They could
Weezer's a
yeah,
have.
weird thing too, where it's like they've never gone away. They put out an album every few years. Sometimes it's cool to people, sometimes it's not. But
Yeah.
then
yeah,
when festivals happen, they're always booked on a big festival. I feel like they don't really tour, so I don't see them coming
No.
through. But like they're
The
still
last was
treated
probably
like a
Hella
big
Mega
deal.
Tour. Yeah.
It's very yeah, they're an enigma. But like yeah, they could have went if Weezer breaks up after like 2000. We're
yeah,
saying that's one of the best bands ever.
But people
yeah,
still consider
exactly.
them like a classic. When I saw them, what, 3 weeks ago at the Minnesota Yacht Club, they came on before Fall Out Boy and just first of all, just killed it. I've seen them a few
Yeah,
times live, but
Rivers,
they always kill
yeah.
it. But then they end their set and everyone's screaming and doing the Weezer sign and they're
yeah,
bowing. I was like, is this the end of Weezer? What's happening?
No,
Like that's just how appreciated they are, like in
yeah,
their like
yeah,
as a band. Like people just love
for
them.
sure. And
So
I love how
yeah,
like they never stopped really, and like
no,
there's so many band like I mean like Title Fight is one like they kind of just
yes,
ended, and I mean they're great and I love all of their albums, but like I love it when like I don't know, they just stuck around and like always kept making
yeah, they
music.
just
Like you
kept
can tell that they
yeah,
just love making music, you know, and
yeah,
that's just super sick. So yeah.
yeah. Well, then he was on with Olivia Rodrigo too on
Yeah,
Lollapalooza.
I
So I
just
guess
say
there
Olivia
you go,
Rodrigo
Rivers.
Really?
brought out
Yeah, he did.
Rivers.
He
Yeah, she
performed
Oh,
brought
with
that's I
Rivers
didn't
to
know
Olivia
that.
Lollapalooza.
at
That's
Yeah,
Lollapalooza.
so
Yeah.
crazy.
they did Buddy
Uh,
Holly and Say It Ain't So. Yeah.
I guess. I guess everyone's gonna be
That's
loving Weezer
cool.
soon. I
That's
tell you.
Olivia
really
knows
sick.
ball, bro. She was up there with like a reissued like jazz master from the 70s. Like, no,
Yeah, she
she's
Dude,
knows what
sick.
she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's incredible actually. That's really cool.
yeah, that is very cool. Yeah. So like for me, yeah, the Weezer influence, I definitely can see that. And then you talk about the lyrics. So I need to know, like, which when you say there's some songs you tried writing from a viewpoint, maybe that's not your own. Which ones specifically can you pinpoint a certain song that
Yeah. I
West
need to know
Coast
about like the
Funeral
cow killing song. Yeah.
is
the Cow Killer song's great though.
Yeah,
thank
right.
you.
Because
I'm like,
you're
what's
Ah,
up,
not
dude?
yeah.
wrong. Like
You
the
working like a
description of
dairy
like
plant? Like,
I'm from Kentucky. You could also say the same thing about Kentucky,
Really?
honestly. Like, oh,
Yeah.
100 God, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, well, Cow Killers was one that was definitely like, and that one came about in such a normal way. Like I think the first the first line that I say in the song was the first
Yeah.
line I came up with. And like
Nice.
it was funny to me a little bit. And I was like, oh, I should just run with that. And so that song, it's like half of it is just like me being like straight up, but also like I was trying to be funny in a lot of parts and just
Mhm.
like, you know, make little jokes. Like the Florida line was one. I was
Hey,
like,
to be fair, anywhere but Florida, like I get
yeah.
it.
And that when that song came out and like I was doing the videos for it, people would
Yeah.
always comment. It would either be like, "Oh, the Florida line got me," and like hook
Yep.
me in
yeah,
fully,
yeah. You're
or
like, yeah, that's what gets you.
everyone, or there be people like, "What's wrong with Florida?" Like actually mad in the comment.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
get, yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I'm not
You're
gonna
like,
God
argue with
bless
you
them.
about
what's
Florida.
wrong with Florida? Did you not read the news? Like, do you
Yeah.
not know what's wrong with
So
Florida?
Right?
you mentioned lyric stuff. Like one thing that I've always said that, like divides and maybe holds back like rock music versus not only like hip hop but country music and pop music as well, is like a lot of rock music has to be like poetic. It's got to be the best line. You got to really think through your lyric. Whereas like with a lot of hip hop, there's just like you can say some bullshit kind of thing. There can be a throwaway line
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, that's ridiculous. Same with
Yeah.
country and pop. Like
Yeah.
you kind of get
Uh,
to walk that line of both worlds where you're like, I can throw in a line that maybe as a rock band, you're like, oh, that's not cool. I shouldn't say that. But
mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
that line is realistically what people are going to sing along to and remember.
Yeah. And like it's funny because I never like thought about it like fully until just now,
Yeah.
but like I think um listening to like rock music and stuff helped me just be more like free with the lyrics. Like I'm not
Yeah.
so
Interesting.
like I can just kind of like not hold back anything for the song, just like if that's how I feel about something, just like put it in there. But then it's like a Mac Miller for sure is an artist who it's like he has
Yeah.
lines where, you know, it like really cuts you, but also he'll be kind of corny with it sometimes and like just
That's
try to be
another guy from
goofy.
that Tyler era
Yeah.
there, where it's just like
Yeah.
early 2010s rap, and we're like, I have a buddy like he used to call Mac Miller jackass rap. He's like, this is like jackass rap, like some shit that the jackass guys would think is cool. And
That's
I
a
was
good
like,
one. That's a
and
good one.
it's like
I
knock knock era, Donald Trump era, and I'm like, like
Yeah.
no, he's cool, and then he comes out with like circles and stuff, and you're like, oh no, like this
Yeah.
guy is, yeah,
No,
this is an
yeah.
artist.
yeah, this is an actual ours, yeah.
Yeah, I love I mean, that's like, you know, Pinkerton, Weezer, they were doing that too,
The
like
same thing,
just
yeah.
no holds barred. Like it's like gross sometimes, like how honest
Yeah.
he is on that album. But like
Right, yeah.
that's how you like I feel like that's what resonates with people the most when you're just super bold with the honesty. So
Brother,
yeah.
yeah. You're writing letters to 18-year-old girls in Japan, brother. Like I
Yeah.
would have thought twice before putting that to paper, you know?
And you know
Like
what's
I would have
Yeah.
funny?
really
On
thought twice
first
on that.
listen, Across the Sea was like my favorite song on that album. And I
Me
was
too.
like,
Me
And
too.
then you're
I
like,
I
still
learned how to
do.
sing from Across the Sea. Like that was my
Really?
song that like I was
Oh,
like
dude.
I think it's right in A G area. Like I can sing this. Like yeah, just it's a
Yeah.
song. It's like maybe that's not what I should be yelling out in my convertible in San
Yeah.
Diego.
But like, it's so memorable. Like I was actually I was singing that verse to myself like a couple days ago just because, and like it's so like the you kind of have to like not think about it, but like
Yep.
it sticks with you because of how like
Mhm.
just bold it is, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, they don't make stationery like this where I'm from, so fragile, it's so refined. Like it's just it's incel, not in a way like incel. You think a dude's punching holes in walls, but this dude was like this.
It's a
It was
different kind of it.
there's this tweet that's like, I was raised on like 90s R&B. Like I ain't gonna play it cool. Like I'm gonna go cry in the rain for the pussy kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like there's just like almost like simp energy to it, where it's like, God
Yeah, no,
bless you,
it
Rivers.
is
Like,
like
yeah, you're not getting laid, but you want to, and you love this woman. You put her on a pedestal. You're not
He's
being
on
like,
bended knee, man.
yeah, you're not
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna
yeah.
slit your throat. Bullshit. Yeah.
On a
That
level it
comes
is
later.
like, all right, pull yourself together. But like,
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
You got. Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it
As a
speaks to
friend,
like
like
the core
brother.
feeling of it of
Yes.
just like, okay, I
Yes.
guess that makes sense. But yeah, no, it's just like super raw.
Oh, it is so raw. Yeah. Agreed. Um, so do you like writing love songs or songs about yearning or
Is that
burning?
a
Do you
thing
like
It's
here?
put
Yeah.
funny.
yearning into it?
Yeah. This is the
I
Emo
don't
Kids Anonymous
have
podcast. What's
Yes.
the thought on yearning?
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't have a lot of them, but what's funny is I'm working on like a new project right now,
Okay.
and it's kind of a thing of like, I was just trying to write stuff just to see, and I did write a couple songs, or really just one. I wrote one song, and it was like in the camp of like, like the yearning, like love,
Yeah.
like lost love type thing. But like I wrote it literally with like no one in mind. Like I wasn't even trying to do
Okay.
anything. Like
So no one should be like, is this song about me?
no. Yeah. And it's like, but like I'm dreading the moment where like something does happen, but then it's like, okay, I already have the song and like
You
I,
do.
I gotta put it, but then I don't want people to be like, oh, this is about that. I'm like, no, I wrote this song in like January, dude. This has
I don't
nothing
want
to
to
do with
break it to
anything.
you, Chris, but regardless of whether or not it is, as soon as you have
Yeah,
that someone will automatically assume it is. I
probably.
think Taylor Swift can attest to that. It doesn't
Yeah.
That's
matter what
funny.
it is. Um, so I'm curious, have you gotten a chance, you have quite a bit of music out. Have you gotten a chance to perform live and
Yeah,
anything like that? Oh,
yeah.
nice. Okay.
I
Talk to us a little bit about
so
that experience.
yeah, definitely. It's a cool thing, and I haven't been doing any shows in a minute. But we're trying to get back into it. So I play with a band, like a live band,
Oh,
and
sweet.
yeah, it's no. I used to not do that because like when I started performing, Savannah has like a really cool like DIY scene and
That's it.
tons of cool bands. It's kind of like I'm not gonna say it's dwindling, but like I feel like it's not as popping as it used to be just because like
Mm,
it's a small town, they gotta like still kind of put stuff together. But I've
yeah.
met a lot of cool people. And when I started performing, it was like right when I just started making like rock type music, but I still had a lot
Okay.
of other stuff that was just like rap beats. But
Mhm.
then when I started making more rock stuff, I was like, dude, I need to get a band together, especially if I
Yeah.
want to be around. Cause like Savannah, it's like mainly like really punk, hardcore, heavy rock. Like
Okay.
that's the artists that are in there. So I was like, dude, if I want to be like next to these guys, I got to get a band together. Like that's just the way to go.
Yeah.
And so the band I play with, it's my friends who I actually met through doing shows, and they used to be in like this how you say not like pop punk, but like they used to be like really high energy like pop surf rock kind of, and now
Oh,
they're just
okay.
like a straight hardcore band.
It went
They
like a complete
love
180.
yeah. Like they'll play a hardcore song, then they'll do like shoegaze, then they'll go back to
Okay.
like punk stuff. It's like they're still super versatile,
Sick.
but
Yeah.
they really liked my music and I thought they were great. I saw them play for the first time. We did a couple shows together. And then when I was like trying to get a band together, it's funny because I was like, I wanted them to be my band, but I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want to ask them to just be like, hey, just
Be
come
my
over here and
backup
do my
band.
stuff too. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah,
guys
why
can just be
But
my man here. Why don't I freelance
but
yeah.
this? Yeah.
they wanted to do it. Like it kind of happened in a way of like I just post on my Instagram story, like I need a guitarist, bassist, drummer.
A
And
full set.
the guitarist from that band was like, "Oh, I'd be down to do it." And low key, our bassist would probably be down to do it, and our drummer. And so like it kind of just came about, like they all wanted to do it.
Good.
And
Okay.
so we practiced for a couple months. We were like really shitty for like the first
Oh
couple
yeah.
times, but
Yeah.
then we got it together, and then we did our first show, and it like was so much fun. Like the energy with the band, it like
Yeah.
completely shifts, and like I feel like
Changes the game.
yeah, and I got more confident as like a performer, and like it just got so cool. And the biggest, not even the biggest, but like the coolest show that we did, it was a house show in
Yeah.
Statesboro, and it was right after Cow Killers came out. It was like
Yeah.
couple like week or two after, and we did this house show, and I think there's maybe like 30 or 40 people, like not that much relatively, but like, we're in this like
Yep.
small living room. So it's like wall to wall, just like people. And that was so, so much fun. Like,
Oh,
that was like the
nice.
first time where people were showing up that I'd never seen at a show ever, but like they were like doing the words to the
You're
song.
like,
And I
these
was
are
like,
my
dude,
Oh,
friends. Yeah, you're
dang.
like, what's
yeah,
going on
yeah,
here?
yeah.
Shit.
You're like,
Yeah.
I
Like
sing?
I'm
Oh,
good. Yeah.
it was so much fun. That is like the coolest show.
I love that.
And yeah, we haven't done a show in a while just because it was a scheduling thing at first. Like we couldn't practice for like 5 weeks straight. Like I was doing
Oh, man.
because I had finals for school, and then they'd be doing stuff, and then it would be like trying to like, okay, are we doing it
Yeah.
today? No, we're not. Are we doing it today? No. And so, and also I wasn't really like trying to book anything because I was just like, the music was popping off. I was like, low key, I might just like focus on the social media for a bit, and then we
Yeah.
can kind of come back and like
Oh,
figure out shows. So
Exactly.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I want to come back with it because like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. What are the venues like in Savannah? I mean, I've been to Savannah once a long time ago for work, which was a very different like atmosphere than being
Yeah,
obviously in it for the fun. But like, what are the venues like in Savannah? I mean, you know,
yeah.
what's
are they
Georgia like in
pretty
general?
poppin'?
Yeah.
Where
So
I
should we go?
never
with
been.
Savannah, as far as venues go, there's not really a lot. There used to be, so there's like one like big one. It's called Victory North, and that's like a proper like concert hall. And it's funny. I remember the first show I ever did. It was with me and one of my friends from high school who also made music. And Savannah's mainly DIY when it comes to shows. Like there's a coffee shop called Sentient Bean, and like they rent out their space, and like people do shows there all the time.
Okay.
Um, that's where we did our first show, and it was like maybe like $40 to rent out for like an hour. And I
That's
remember
not bad.
being like, oh, dude, we could, it's so easy to set up a show. We got to go to like somewhere else. And then Victory North was like the big one. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
we got to do a show at Victory. I like emailed them thinking that would just be like, hey, it's probably going to be like a couple
Yeah,
$100
right.
maybe. And they're like, yeah, so
Shit.
it'd be like $1,300 to do like 1 hour. And I was like,
Oh,
yeah, so we're not going to be
never
able to
mind.
do,
Never,
to do
Yeah.
never
this
So
mind.
we're
show.
Never
not doing
mind.
Victory North,
That's some
guys.
LA
Sorry.
prices,
Yeah.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like they'll do like jazz festivals there. Like that's what that's for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
But
sense.
I was
Yeah.
then
gonna say, yeah.
other than
Some
that,
folks with some money, yeah.
yeah.
We can
There
charge
used to
50 bucks
be
a ticket.
like some proper like DIY type venues, but a lot of them closed down after a while just because like, there's just not enough money in it to
No,
keep it
it's
open.
impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like really what it'll be like and honestly the best shows I've been to like in Savannah is like house shows. Like literally just
Oh yeah.
someone's townhouse, and like they'll set up in the living room and it'll be like 50, 60 people, and like that's the most fun,
Yeah.
genuinely. So there's not much in the way of venues,
Yeah.
but there is this cool thing that is really relatively new. It's called Dog Days Festival. And
What's
like
that?
Okay.
it's a festival in Savannah. It's 3 days, and like it's even like that's like high execution like type shit, but
Yes.
it's still DIY. Like there'll be like 5 venue spaces like in this one sector of the city, basically, and like they'll have just 3 bills, right?
Hmm.
And the one that they did last year or last summer was actually the biggest one. They had Geese headline, Angel
Wow,
Dust.
bro, that Cameron's record, Cameron from Geese, is
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
best
yeah.
records of the year.
Yeah, I'm excited for their new album. I listened to Taxes, the single that they just did. That song is like kind of gas. I'm really looking forward
Yeah.
to that album.
I
But
didn't
yeah,
know
Geese, Angel
you knew
Dust.
ball like this, bro.
Yeah.
I
Mannequin
never know.
Pussy was also a
There we
headliner
go.
for that
Yeah.
festival. And I think last year they had MJ Lenderman headline. So like that's like a becoming kind of a big deal in
That is a
Savannah. But
very
Okay.
like
big deal. Yeah.
I think the
Dog
third
Nation.
one was this past summer. So like it's really new.
Okay.
While we're
Okay.
on
But
the topic of Savannah, could we maybe let us know your favorite local Savannah artists to maybe keep our eyes out on, give a shout out
ooh,
to some
I
local boys
have
and
Yeah.
girls.
there's a couple. So
Any
the
of them?
band that I
Yeah.
play with, they're
Yeah.
called Slurp. And
Slurp.
they like when they're not playing with me, they like do their own shows and like they're hardcore, but also they play just like a ton of different stuff, but like they'd probably say they're a hardcore band. Um, my friends started a band last year. They're called Lifelong Gap Year, and like
Okay.
they're also really cool. They play a lot of it's like melodic hardcore, emo, a little bit of punk. Like that's their stuff, and they're kind of like crushing it right
Nice.
now. They just got back from a really short tour, and they're just like super cool guys, really dope. Um, who else, man? There's so many. I normally have like a list in my mind. Like if people
Right.
ask me,
Yeah.
I'm like,
No.
oh, these
Yes.
guys, these guys. Um, there's a band called Rosemary Nods Upon the Grave. They're also like melodic hardcore, super sick. I DM'd them one time. I don't think they responded, but they saw
Yeah.
it.
They saw it. They just
But
didn't
yeah, they're
respond.
cool.
I feel that being
Um,
left on red. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say actually shout out to you personally. Where I remember when like I DM'd you, it's kind of like I got the message over. I was like, all right, Caitlin, like I'll hit him up. Like I'll see like, he's not gonna see it. Like within like the 30 minutes you got back to me, you're like, all right, let's book it. And then like right away you
Yeah.
were like actually like a couple days later, you're like, shit, I gotta flag this or that going on.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude is attentive and studious as fuck. Like I
I
appreciate it. Like
try
I
to
was like, this
be.
is my guy.
I
I
try
was
to
like,
be.
I assume and if you pop up on my feed, I assume you're like it's hard to tell who's big and who's this. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, bro,
Yeah.
this song pops off. Like West Coast Funeral's coming out. I'm like, this is a big song. I'm like, this is gonna go viral. I'm like, he ain't gonna see this, but like, I gotta shoot my shot at least. And I was like,
Yeah.
appreciate you getting back. So anyone out there,
Yes. We
go
appreciate that.
through your unread messages. At least open it. At least shoot like a heart back. Let people know.
Yeah.
At least
Let us
read it.
know that you've seen it.
Yeah. No, I try to be like on top of it with that stuff just because it's like all of this as far as like, the attention on socials and like
Yeah.
the songs really doing stuff, like that's all brand new to me. Like that just started this year. And like to have people, I got a text today and it was literally just like, don't know who this guy is, but he was like,
Excited for you.
dude, your music is sick. Thanks for just putting it out. Like it's really helping me out
Sick.
right now. And I'm
No,
like, bro,
it's tight, bro.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like literally
Like,
never had, I mean, I've had people tell me that they like my music, of course, but
yeah.
like for people to just like go out of their way to like let you know and it's like a stranger on the internet. I'm
Did he
like, dude.
text you like on your actual
No, it was on
phone?
like
Okay.
Instagram. It was on
Okay,
Instagram.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
You
like,
might
what
want
did
to
you
No,
change.
do?
yeah. If
You
it
might
was
want to
like,
start
Did you
changing
get
photos.
doxxed? Yeah, I was like,
I'd be like,
shit. I've been
who is
trying to get a
this?
doxing on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
bro, that's a
it's on Instagram.
telemarketer. He's trying to sell you solar panels. No, but no, like, yeah,
Probably.
no, that's real too, where it's like, you're making these songs where it's like, you probably feel like you're in this not so much a bubble, but you live in this world in Savannah and in your pocket of shit, and then you can post a video and like bro, I'm in LA, I hear this song, I thought you were a local kind of thing. It's like, and it's people
Yeah.
in not even in America, other countries, all parts of the country, Oregon, whatever, like they hear this song and they're like, this is, it's like it's gotta be cool, especially being like legitimately, like I was surprised when you told us you're 20, because I'm just like, you shouldn't be able to make music this good at that age. Like you shouldn't be
Yeah, not
allowed to.
gonna lie.
You should have some dog shit acoustic covers on a MySpace right now. Like if you're from like you should have a bad paper trail of songs where you're kind of embarrassed of them. By the sounds of it, you
I'm
have
sure he
one.
Yeah.
does. He just
Oh
doesn't
yeah, no,
post it.
don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
Dude,
don't get twisted. We got
bro,
some shitters.
let me tell you something. Anything, okay. because I have all my albums that I was like working on when I was like just
Yeah.
starting music is still on my Spotify, but I have one where it's like my actual first one, and it's like that's the only thing that I felt the need to like take down because I was like listening
Aw,
to it,
dang.
and I was like, dude, or the way that it happened was funny because like beforehand I used to use like TuneCore to like distribute my music,
Yep,
and
yep.
I put up
Shot
my
tune
first
core.
album, shout out TuneCore, but I was like, let me use DistroKid instead. But I already put up my first album on TuneCore, so I was like switching them over, and when I re-uploaded it, I like fucked it up because I accidentally uploaded like half instrumentals without noticing, and one of my friends
Shit.
like texted me like, hey, this is wrong. And I was like, okay, so I go back, re-upload it, but then I got one of the track titles wrong. And so DistroKid like blocked it because like the
Off,
info
yeah.
didn't match. And so that happened, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this later. I really don't feel like trying to go through the whole thing. But then
Yeah.
that was like right when I was doing the first album that shows up in Spotify is called Good Job. I was like
Yeah,
making that album, and when I was uploading that, I was like, low key, this album's like way better in my mind. I was like, this is like better than this other album. So I'm just gonna kind of
Yeah.
pretend this one didn't happen. And but like all my friend or like a lot of my friends who I still like talk to that knew me then, like they know that album, like they've heard it. And like it's become like an inside joke of like, oh, you gotta put this album back up because they still like kind of
it's a
like
lost
it,
album, bro.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
like I was playing the songs because this was when I was in high school, right? And now, like the new friends I've made in college, like they all know I make music and like they fuck with it. But like my friends from high school be like, no, you got to play them this old song. And like I played
Keeping
it,
you
You're like,
humble. Yeah.
"No."
dude. No, I like because this was like the first time I actually heard these songs in years. And like
Wow.
I like forgot even some of the stuff. Like, dude, a line came up and I was like, I would never do that ever. Like, this is stuff that like I can't listen to it physically. But like, you
What
know,
was
they're
the
all like,
line?
I can't even
Yeah, what's the
remember.
line? Yeah. What's
I'm
yeah.
so curious
Like, I
about
like
Yeah.
this.
scrapped it from it was just like a really corny, like, because it was kind of like a love song ish, like not really.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Just
okay.
like
Casey be yearning. Yeah.
yeah. And I can't remember how like what it was, but I just remember like hearing it and like I just got teleported back to that point. I was like, dude, I was
You
like
were
I just
cringing
did
hard,
not
weren't you?
know how to do anything at all.
No, yeah,
You
no one
know?
humbles you like your high school friends. I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you that
Yeah, I
right
know.
now.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one will
Like
humble you more.
I like the yeah, every now and then someone from high school will pop up like on my TikTok and I'll see them like in like the notifications and I'll be like, God damn it.
They
You
saw
like
you when you were going through
right?
puberty.
Like, yeah,
They can
yeah,
humble
yeah.
you really
Part of me is
fast.
like, okay, you know I've been about this life. Like you were there when I was rambling about this shit 20 years ago. Part of me is like, oh no, I didn't want the people from the real world to meet the people from like the fake world, you know? Like it's
Never.
a mix.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, it's because that was another thing. Like when I first started posting stuff, I'd already kind of gotten used to just like, okay, this is the music, I'll put it out, and then like I just won't like think about it. But like posting like reels and stuff, and I'd get like 10 likes, and I'd be like, all right, got to do it again
You're
tomorrow, you
like,
know?
yeah, right.
Like
Yeah.
that
You're
was,
like,
All
fuck it.
over
Yeah.
again.
It's all, yeah, it's
yeah,
honest work, but someone's got to do it kind of shit. Yeah. Where
That's
you're just
social
like, God
media
damn it.
true.
grind in
Yeah.
this day and age.
Trust
Yeah,
Yeah.
me. I get it. Before we wrap up here, I have a question that normally would go a little quicker, but I want to open it up a little more with you. So
for
as a
sure.
guy that kind of straddles this line of hip hop, rock and roll, this and that, I ask people this a lot because one, it's an interesting question. Two, it upsets people because it's some basic ass social media shit. I'm gonna clip this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it on the internet. You know, people are gonna get upset. I need to know your Mount Rushmore, your Mount Rushmore for as a hip hop kid and also as a rock kid. Who are your the
There
Oh
we
four on
go.
man.
each of your mountains? You got yeah. I'm giving you two fucking mountains here, bro. That's a lot of mountains.
You get two. Most
Yeah,
Definitely.
only get
most people
one.
only get one. Yeah, you get two.
Yeah, I'm honored. I'm honored for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see,
Yeah,
dude.
it's in North Dakota, so it's not expensive real estate, but like, yeah, they're mountains. I don't have
Funny.
any. No one's even given me one. Yeah.
Hey, you'll get one day.
No, one day,
Um,
yeah, one day I'll go to someone's show. They'll ask me, and I won't have
yeah,
anything to say. I'll feel bad for asking.
dude. Mount Rushmore. So for sure, okay, so for rap, I gotta do Tyler, of course. Would not make music at all if it weren't for his music. I'd say
That's so sick, though.
Tyler. I'd probably damn. I put Earl Sweatshirt up there as well.
There
He's
we
like,
go.
especially his like I love all of his music, but like his older work really resonates with me. And like he was such a just like cracked rapper. Like even when he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
doing just like
As a
lyrical
man,
miracle,
as
like
a guy that
nothing.
moved to LA, like I told you, like right at that time, it's so
Yeah.
insane to me hear for me to hear like the influence Odd Future in general just had on
Oh,
like
Yeah,
yeah.
no, they're
not
sick,
just like
dude.
my age range, but like the next one and the next one, the next one. Like
Yeah. No, yeah. He's like always just been such a skilled and talented rapper. So I do
wish you
Tyler
smoked that blunt,
Earl.
but yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
I put Kenny Mason in there. He was like the first one I
Kenny, I
heard
thought
to
you'd say,
really
okay,
do.
okay.
Yeah, I'll put, you know what?
It's
Because
okay. You don't
I
have
like
to put them
Kendrick
on here.
too.
You don't have to put them on here. You don't
Uh,
have to put them on here. No, no, you
You
don't have
don't
to put
have
them
to
on
put them
here.
on here. I mean,
Yeah, no, you
it's
don't have to
your
put that.
mountain. It's your
It's your
mountain.
yeah.
mountain. Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. But Kenny Mason was like the first one to really be doing like, at least for my ears, he was the first one to do like
Yeah.
straight like rock and rap. And like, you know, he also
Yeah.
had like a lot of trap song. Like he just had such a unique style. And like fun fact, Shane Morin, the guitarist from Title Fight, actually
Yeah.
produces a lot of Kenny Mason's songs now, like writes a lot
Did
of his
not
riffs.
realize
I had
that. Yeah.
no
Did
Yeah.
not
idea.
No, he's
realize
like
that.
tapped in, dude. So like he's such a cool guy. Um Kenny Mason, and then oh man. Low key, I'd put Mac Miller up there. I'd put
There you
Mac
go.
Miller up there. I feel like
Wow. There we go. Yeah, here in that spot, hearing it.
yeah,
He did. R.I.P.
when Faces got reissued on the streaming, that like I like had a whole resurgence with him, and like I was watching old interviews and like going back through his discography, and like he just had such a like it was just so obvious that he loved making
Yeah.
music and like he had this
Yeah.
passion about him, you
No,
know.
yeah, it went from being like silly, whatever. Not even silly. It's just it's looked
Yeah.
at one way. You're a teenage white boy rapping like it's you're gonna get
Yeah.
some eye rolls, but it's like
Yeah.
you earned some respect, brother.
No, yeah,
You
he
earned it.
did
Yeah.
like some great work and like such a tragic passing as well. But like, I love his music and like big influence, major influence on like how I rap now.
Okay.
So yeah, that's like
We
my
got
rap.
Tyler Earl, Kenny Mason, Mac Miller.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
All
throw it
right, get
up.
to work on your second mountain here, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rock.
and I've thought about this one a lot, and it's like I always blank after a couple of them, but I'll do Weezer for sure. Weezer's just like such an explosive band,
They
super
belong on a
cool.
Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
Yeah, tons of lore as well. Like they're just a great
God.
Great band.
band. I'll throw Title Fight up there easily. They're
Yeah.
like, it's so weird, but like, I think, I don't know, they just did a lot of stuff for
Yeah.
like hardcore and like for just that pocket of music. And, you know, they went away and like it sucks, but like they just left behind some great work. And I mean, I love so they're
Yeah.
really like an intro for me to like a lot of like heavier rock, I think, you know? So love Title Fight. Definitely I'll put Turnstile up there.
There
Cause
we go.
like
Okay.
I think without Title Fight, there wouldn't be a Turnstile just because like they were
Yeah.
starting that. It was like not at the
Trend.
same level, but like they were like starting to like blend things together and people were
Yeah.
like, what's
Making it
this?
different. Yeah.
And then Turnstile just took it to another level. And I feel like the fact that they're getting the recognition they're getting right now is like great. I feel like they're such a headlining, like this
Yeah.
is
Yes.
like pinnacle stuff. Like, dude,
This is
they
hardcore.
played
Like this is what you get.
they played Rolling Loud in 2023. I didn't even know that. They were the only
Did not
rock band
realize
to play Rolling Loud
pulling
in
up at Rolling
Miami.
Loud Miami.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
they're playing between
insane.
like fucking
Yeah.
Glorilla and Lil Uzi and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Like, I don't know who like made that choice, but like that's such like Turnstile would be the band to play Rolling
Yeah.
Loud, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
And
Those
they got
promoters
nominated for the
knew.
Grammys that one year. I hope they win the
Yeah.
Grammy for Never Enough. I hope they get
I'm
nominated.
sure they will this year. I'm hoping that they. Yeah. This
Yeah.
year for sure.
So I love Turnstile and like they're all super sick. And then number 4 is tough, man. I don't know.
Mm.
Uh, I'm really trying to think.
Our pressure.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, I have one in mind, but they're not really rock at all. But there's a band called Laundry Day that like I
Okay.
really love, and they're like I got into them. I found their music through one of my friends. They have an album called We Switch Bodies that came out in like 2022. They're kind of on that level. Like they're a lot more pop than rock, but like
Okay.
they pull so many influences. Like it's so obvious that they listen to like indie rock. It's so obvious that they listen to rap. Uh and like they'll just have all these like very bright production choices. And they were also they were blowing up on TikTok a little bit. You may have seen some of their videos. Like they'll just sing songs in like a really dumb way, like walking on the street. And like the lead guy
Okay.
looks like Andy Samberg. And so like everyone comments that. But
Oh, really?
they like, I don't know, they just have so much character, but like they're still like underground, really. Like they haven't broken at all.
Yeah.
And so it's like they're just such an explosive band that mainly makes pop music. I wouldn't say they're rock, but I like them a lot for sure, just for the personality. But if I had to choose a different band, um, dude, this is hard actually. Like I'm struggling a
It's
little bit.
probably the statement on your character, everything. It really sums
Yeah.
everything up. Personality
Your
test. It's like a
character.
Bechdel test or
Oh
whatever. Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, I don't know. I really, oh my God, dude. I don't know. Cause honestly, there's not a ton of like bands that I listen to like actively, you know? Like it
Yep.
it really is kind of Weezer, Title Fight, and
Yeah.
Turnstile, and like that's where it ends for for
We can
me.
give two spots to Weezer. I'm into it. Yeah, I'm into it.
Two
We can give
spot.
two
They hey,
balance to Weezer.
they've
Fuck it.
they've come a long way, you know. So it's like I wouldn't blame you. Oh, you know what?
Right.
Okay. I don't okay. This is like really just shotgun, like off the cuff, but genuinely car seat headrest, they were like a
Headrest.
Yeah, car
massive,
seat
massive
headrest. Yes.
influence. Twin
There we go.
Fantasy, I think Twin Fantasy is like one of my favorite albums
Oh.
of all time, actually. Yeah. I love Will
Okay.
Toledo. And like he low
Yeah.
key sucks. Like he's like not
Yeah.
back then he like could barely sing and like the mixes were terrible. But like it goes back to what I was saying, like that rawness. Like he had just
Mhm.
like some of those songs aren't even like songs really. They're just like
Yes.
manic ramblings over music. But like he's so cool.
I saw Kanye at Coachella 2011. Very pre-canceled Kanye. Okay, this is Dark Twisted Fantasy era Kanye. We still were allowed to love him. But Kanye's
Yeah.
up there, and before he does "Hey Mama," he talks. He's like, I'm not the best singer in the world, but sometimes I hear the notes in my head, and I say like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go for it anyway." And I remember like nothing has ever resonated with me more. Where it's like you can go to like everyone gets worked up about a good singer, and it's like you can go to any fucking church in Mississippi, Georgia, or something like that. You probably hear a
Yeah.
girl that can sing just as good, but like artistry and emotion and like creativity are a different thing. And sometimes like
Everyone
Carsey
has it.
Headrest, a great example, like probably the first mention on our podcast, actually. Wow.
I
But
think
like,
so.
No way.
yeah, but like
Oh yeah.
same thing where it's like you don't need that technicality. Sometimes it's just like you are evoking, there's a rawness to your music where it's like
Yeah.
people ain't gonna, they're not gonna turn away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. And it's
100%.
so funny because like the first time I listened to Twin Fantasy, I was like, it's cool, whatever. But like I kept coming back to it, like wanting to hear more. And then
Yeah.
eventually it was like 2022 is when I got into it. And like that was like my most listened to, like one of my most listened to albums that year. Like I just kept coming back to it. Like it really is kind of unlike anything else I've ever heard before then. Like so like it really felt like he just hopped on the mic and then just went for it and then
Yeah.
just threw it all together. But like it all like it all connects in like a fun way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that album and I think that's a big influence for me for how I approach just a lot of different things musically. So yeah.
Mhm. That's great. Awesome. Well, Chris, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. This has been a
Seriously.
blast. Feel free to come back anytime. You got any new music
Yeah.
coming out,
What we got after
or
West
Yeah,
Coast Tuna? What's
actually,
what's on
next?
the
Yeah, let's
horizon?
give us a drop here, brother.
dude,
Come on.
Yeah,
okay.
give us some.
I think this is like the first time I'm saying it, but August 22nd is EP dropping with all the single like West
Oh,
Coast, Play
nice.
Dead,
Shit,
Cow
okay.
Killers, Head in the Dirt,
Yeah.
and 3 more songs. So that's like
We
the
got a
first
7-song EP, 6 songs, 7 song.
8 songs actually. It's 8.
8 song.
Song
Holy
EP.
shit, bro.
Okay.
That's borderline
Oh, was a
LP.
whole.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I was like,
so
there's a whole
yeah,
bunch.
Let's
that's been
go.
Dude, it's so crazy because like
Oh, that's awesome.
my original plan was like, okay, I'll just drop these songs and then wait for
Yeah.
something to catch on. If nothing catches on, I'll just drop the EP. And then like first song was Cow Killers and like it just went off. And
Yeah.
then
Sick.
all the
Like,
other
never mind.
songs and
Okay.
now West Coast went off. So it's like that one I've been sitting on this project for like a while actually. It was yeah.
Ah,
So yeah, August
Love it.
22nd. This is
oh
like the
yeah.
first time I'm
August
saying it.
22nd.
So yeah, that's gonna
Oh,
This
be
will
that's
come
sick.
out.
awesome.
Yeah, this is probably gonna come out that same week, so we should be good.
Well, let's
Yeah,
go.
it will.
Okay,
We'll
Yeah,
bet.
work
it's
it
gonna
out.
come
We'll
out
work
the
it
same
out. So it
week.
comes. We'll
Yeah.
work it out. So it comes out week of. Yeah, we got you. We got
Yes,
you.
That's
we
Hell
awesome.
got
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
we're gonna do
you.
that for you.
Thank you for
I
coming
love
on,
it.
bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
And thank you for joining us today, man.
for sure.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you so
having
much,
me.
Hey,
Chris.
first
This was
up,
super
before we
fun.
wrap up, where can these people find you on the internet? You know,
Oh, yeah, where
Dude,
we head at.
literally everywhere. Instagram, TikTok. It's Chris Casey with 3 eyes, I think. Um,
there's a
and
lot of eyes.
then
Yeah, it's tricky.
yeah, a lot of people think it's two, which is funny, but
No.
then like no, it's three. But yeah, and then Chris Casey on all platforms, literally anywhere you find music. Yeah, I'm
That's
there.
great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Y'all gotta
Yes,
stream
check
West
it
Coast
out.
Funeral. You stream Cow Killer. Go get on this. We co-sign hard.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
cosign
I
hard. And then
appreciate
August
it.
22nd, new EP. Let's
August
go.
22nd. Yeah.
Woo! I love it.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it so
Of
much.
course. Of course. Thank you.
Nah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, again, thank you so much for watching. If you weren't aware, this show is a part of the Never a Phase Network, a collective of creators keeping the spirit of the scene alive. You can discover more shows and creators like this one at neveraphasenetwork.com and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Never a Phase Network. Long live NapNet.